Hello, collective. I am back. I'm back with another video. How are you guys doing today? How is the Divine Feminine Collective today in these times? This message is for y'all. Okay, the energy today. Okay, the energy today. You have to let me know in the comment section, but I am feeling a lot of energy today for the Divine Feminine Collective. Okay. I'm getting a lot of emotional heaviness in the energy. I do have some notes that I have written down that came to me from the energies of the collective. My name is Rachel. I work with, I'm a psychic intuitive. I work with your higher self to bring you these divine messages. And today I am bringing messages to the Divine Feminine. I think most of my messages so far have been coming through for the Twin Flame Collective, mainly the Divine Feminine Collective. If you see some of my other videos, I bring through messages from your Divine Masculine, from the Divine Masculine Collective. I do believe that I'm getting some individual Divine Masculine energies that are wanting to bring forth messages to their specific Divine Feminines as well. So definitely stick around and maybe you'll get something out of this video. So the energies today, like I said, have been heavy. They've been heavy emotional energies. I'm feeling that the Divine Feminine Collective is really feeling this pull, this kind of push and pull energy with their masculines as well. Some of the things that came through is the Divine Feminine Collective is taking action towards what is fulfilling them. So this is so I did some card pulls with the collective energies as I was kind of meditating on the Divine Feminine energies. And this is the Three of Wands energy. The Divine Feminine Collective, we have our direction, okay? We know where we want to go. We know what actions we want to take, right? We are taking the actions that in the directions that move us emotionally, that move us spiritually, right? We are wanting to go towards what fulfills us at this time. So a lot of divine feminines are being guided, are being divinely guided in the direction of what's coming in from the higher source, God, spirit, whatever your name for that higher entity or higher energies is. We are intuitively feeling into that energy, and we're taking action, we're taking steps in that direction right now. We are wanting to fulfill that part of us, right? We are enduring, okay? Endurance came through in a big way. We are taking action, not only taking action, but we're withstanding, right? We're holding our ground, even if there's, like, I'm getting the image of like the waters, you know, kind of the ocean waters, the waves crashing, you know, up and like kind of crashing on us, right? But we're keeping, I'm seeing like the High Priestess card, like she's keeping her energy, you know, stable and aligned, and not allowing the energies of not allowing the energies of other people's like emotional um thoughts and baggage, to disrupt her energy, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful energy to be in, feminines. You guys are really holding your own, right? There is the other thing that came through is the feeling of the collective is at a crossroads right now. There's an energy of like this crossroads, and it was okay, this is what it was. It was balancing the emotional link between your masculine. Okay, so again, we're feeling, I'm what I'm seeing is a temperance card. So like the flow of energies is really kind of going back and forth, right? And so today, it's either today or it's been in the energies recently, or you're going to start feeling this more in a stronger way, collective, where you're going to start feeling your masculine pulling on your energy. And if you've thought that it's been quiet, so for me, I've kind of felt that the energy's been pretty quiet lately, but definitely today I've felt more of that pull, that energetic pull. I'd say it started yesterday and it's in today in a stronger way. So if you're feeling those energies where it's starting to pull on you a lot stronger, if you're finding yourself getting emotional out of nowhere, if you're finding that your energy is drained all of a sudden, if you are starting to doubt your intuition, doubt your thoughts, and doubt what you know to be true, a lot of that is coming from the masculine energy. So the masculine energies right now is they're definitely in a dynamic that is going to be pulling on your energy, and definitely in an emotional way, but also in a you might be more in your head, okay? Because the masculine energies are all in their heads right now, okay? They're learning to balance the mind and the emotions, the mind and the grounding. I'm getting the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups. I'm getting those energies coming through, right? So we're going to start feeling that, and in us feeling that, that can bring forth those emotions, or those feelings that that keeps you more in your head, okay, and out of your heart center. So when you start to feel that, when you start to feel those energies, as best as you can, definitely start breathing, okay? Do your breath work. I know it's kind of, I almost feel like a broken record a little bit, because we're just in the energy of like really grounding ourselves, holding our own. We are doing it though. I mean, we're in this like 9 of Wands energy, right? We are withstanding, we are enduring. This is coming our way, right? We feel this, we definitely feel it in a strong way. And we're going to start feeling it in a stronger way. And what Spirit really wants to relay to you is to just continue to ground your energies the way that you have been. It will more than likely, you're going to be in an it's going to start feeling a little bit more, you're going to start feeling that tug a little bit more, okay? And you definitely want to just continue to hold your own. The masculines are definitely pulling, okay? So yes, so we're feeling the emotional tie. There is also an energy of hoping that the masculine, we're hoping that the masculines are coming in with some decisive action. They're going to be like in that King of Wands energy, right? Coming towards us, which that is happening, feminines. But what we don't want to find ourselves doing is like really pulling on their energy. We still want to make sure that we are going within, centering back to ourselves, not giving that energy back to the divine masculine, right? Or not giving that energy to the divine masculine, but giving their energy back to them, but keeping our own energy right here within us. Okay. The so we're out of that energy of, we're out of that stage of wanting to know what they're doing, right? We're out of that stage of chasing the masculine energy, right? It's finding out what they're doing at all times, hoping that they're coming in with messages, hoping that they're coming in with some decisive action, hoping that they're, like that hope and that will and that control, if you will, right? We're in the energy of releasing the control, letting all of that kind of go, and trusting that the divine is working with them. I'm not sure if I do have a little bit that's coming in for the Divine Masculine Collective, but I do want to keep this really focused and centered on the Divine Feminine Collective. Some of the, so there are some animal energies that came through as I was channeling the Divine Feminine Collective. The whale energy came through. So the whales have come through in a strong way, which is very interesting. Anytime that there's water, animals that come through, I think of emotions, right? And whales are just, in my opinion, just very graceful in the water, right? They know this is their element. They know how to navigate the waters. They know how to navigate when the waters get tough. They know where to go when situations are kind of like when the water is choppy, right? They navigate the water very gracefully. So some of the things that I looked up on the whale energy is the wisdom, the importance of emotional healing and inner truth. So knowing that what you are feeling is true, okay? Holding your emotional center, understanding that whatever's coming through that is doubt is not divine, okay? Anytime you're feeling that energy of you're not good enough, your intuition is not correct, why are you doing this, right? It's not worth it. So any of those energies, we definitely want to do our best to reject those energies. Those are not divinely aligned energies. We're doing a lot of alchemizing. We're helping our masculines alchemize a lot of that mindset out of their bodies as well. We as the divine feminines, we get the pleasure, if you will, of being able to help our masculines kind of work through some of those denser karmic energies. And so you're going to be feeling that when when you're feeling those energies, if you're able to reject them, right, that definitely helps the masculine work through what they're feeling, right? It helps them work through the drudge and all of that lower vibrational energies. navigating life's complexities with grace again. So yes, the whales, the whale energies, the whales, they know how to navigate in choppy water. So, and they're doing that gracefully, right? They don't, they're to me, when I think of them, I feel like they're more of like the apex of the sea, right? Up there with sharks, right? So they're doing this with grace. They know how to navigate the waters, and that's you, divine feminine. That's you. And then this is one that was actually surprising to me, but in a lot of cultures, whales are indicative of transformation. So we're in our transformational era, if you will. So we are growing, we are evolving, we're transforming, we are ascending into those higher energies, into those higher realms. We are being called by the divine to help assist in the elevation and the transformation of the collective. So we're definitely doing important work in grounding your energy and keeping your vibrational energy as high as possible is helping. The stork came through again, another transformational energy, renewal, patience, all of that is in that stork energy, birthing new, like the rebirth, the bringing in the new. A lot of us are being called. I channeled this maybe a week ago, where a lot of us are being called to take new avenues, right? Maybe things that you were guided to in the beginning of your journey, where maybe you got derailed. I think a lot of us in the divine feminine community are coming back into picking that back up. So what was it that you were called to that maybe you put on the back burner? If you're being called back to that, and it's something that fills you, that excites you, that has been calling to you, that is your spirit team guiding you back down the path, back to your north node, back to where you're meant to go, back to your path where you're meant to go. So definitely listen to some of those energies. A lot of us are creating things that we're birthing things into existence that that maybe people have never heard of before. What is there something that you have been thinking, or something that you have been trying to create that maybe you're doubting yourself in, that you don't think that the world wants to see it, or wants to hear it, or wants to partake in it? The world does need whatever it is that you have. Spirit is telling me to bring it in, bring it forth, because whatever that is, whatever that thing is that you have, no one else has this. Whatever it is that you have, no one has this. No one's seen this before. This is new, and the world is meant to see it. So that is for someone. Someone is doing something that no one's ever seen before, or no one's something no one's heard before, something very unconventional. So whatever that is, definitely cultivate that. Don't keep it to yourself. Share that. Whatever it is, it needs to be shared. And then the last animal that came through was the bobcat. So bobcats are very resilient. They're stealth. They rely on their intuition, right, in order to kind of go after this is it. your intuition, whatever you're being intuitively guided to do that, because you're in this like bobcat energy. You're meant to take action in that direction, right? You're meant to go forth and create whatever this is. This is a creation energy. You are in your creative energy. You are meant to bring forth whatever this is. You are executing this with precision as well. Oh my gosh, I'm getting that. This is like yeah, you're focused. You're very focused, and whatever this is, you're going to be hitting your target, okay? You're definitely there. And I put trust your instincts in like with 3 exclamation marks, because that is coming through very strongly, okay? So if you are doubting your instincts, you are meant to trust your instincts right now. Whatever it is that you're being guided to do, trust that is the divine giving you that nudge, nudging you in that direction. Again, whatever it is that you have within you that needs to come out, it's for the greater good. It's something that's going to change people's perception, okay? Change the way that people perceive something. And it's a beautiful thing, whatever it is. Yeah, so that's all that came through. I'm going to pull a card. I do want to ask, and I wanted to do this on camera, just ask Spirit if there's any overall messages that they wanted to bring forth for the Divine Feminine Collective. So let's just see if there's any messages that Spirit wanted, any additional messages that Spirit wanted to bring through for the Divine Feminine Collective. Any additional messages that you want to bring forth for the Divine Feminine Collective, please, Spirit. Okay. So we have the Forest. We have the number 36. So the number 9, again, the 9 of Wands energy kind of comes through. The 9 is a energy of completion. So something is trying to complete itself. Wait, hold on. Yes, okay. I'm like, wait, did I add that up right? Let me pull that up in the card. Rainbow frequencies might be coming through for you as well. That's definitely been coming through for me. Whenever rainbow frequencies come up, I get like that unicorn energy. So if you work with the unicorn energies, I believe they are coming through as well to bring hope, to bring clarity your way, to give you that nudge. Absolutely, yes, they're definitely coming through. That's beautiful. Okay, 36. All right, the forest, the woods, the thicket, the jungle. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely it included all of the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, and then that you get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage, and entanglement. But equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among the trees. You're on an adventure now, and there's no turning back. So embrace the dim light and the moving shadows, whether literal or imaginal. brave the forest and get lost getting found. Wow, I actually love that energy. So it brings me that type of imagery brings me to like some of those movies where like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or like The Never Ending Story, you know, like where it's like you're just like on this like magical, like mystical adventure, you know. We don't know what the road ahead looks like. You know, the forest is dense, right? But we're in us, like being here in the present, we're noticing like all the different the beauty that life is offering us, right? The path, so it's giving me like the path might be kind of dim, right? We don't quite know where we're going. But we know that we're headed in the right direction because we are seeing glimpses of magic kind of sprinkled into our adventure, if you will, along our path. And there are gonna be times, and if you haven't experienced this yet, I know I have, you probably will, where it seems like you are headed in one direction and that path seems so clear, but then we veer off into a whole nother path because the forest closes in on us. I'm getting that. If you've ever seen the 10 Rings, I think it's called the 10 Rings. Yes, I think it's called 10 Rings on Disney, where they're like driving through the forest, and the forest behind them starts to close in, right? And as they're driving, the forest in front of them starts to close, and they have to, you know, quickly turn in another direction. So they're giving me that imagery. And then eventually, you know, the car gets to the, you know, the magical destination, if you will. So there are going to be twists and turns. There are going to be, you know, things along our path that seems like initially it might seem like it's not in our best interest, right? It might seem like it's a they're giving me like thorn in the side. So like a thorn in our side, that's not really what I was thinking, but it might seem like it's a thorn in your side, but essentially it is the, you know, it leads us to the path of least resistance. Okay. So remember, rejection is God's protection. That's what I'm getting. So rejection is God's protection. So that doesn't necessarily mean that someone is rejecting you, right? Sometimes it means that the path is not the path of least resistance. So if you had your mind set on one specific direction, we're meant to like let that go. Okay, we're throwing that out the window. We are really in the we're really meant to be in the energy of like releasing control, right? We are completely releasing control. We are giving the divine is like telling us like they are here to like help us. They're here to help take some of that control, you know. I'm getting that Carrie Underwood song, Jesus Take the Wheel, you know. So they are here to help. So if you need their assistance, if you need their guidance, just ask. So yes, I believe that's it. Let me just make sure that there's nothing else that wants to come through. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. So that is the message, feminines. Thank you so much for your energy as always. Thank you for all that you do, again, for the collective. And if you feel resonant with my energy, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. Comment down below if you're feeling any of these energies, what you're going through right now, how you're getting through it. We can all learn from one another. I would love to hear how you are all kind of getting through some of these denser energies that you're finding yourself in. You know, some of these forest energies, right? How are you navigating yourself through it? Yeah, we can maybe turn this into a learning experience for one another. But if you also feel resonant with my energy, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. I would love to build a community here as well. So thank you again for your time, and until next time.